Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 2.5, I suppose. So Jimmy has these slides that we were working through before that are mainly based off of like Genki content, and we did some of that at the tail end of the last stream, and I was struggling a little bit. So Jimmy thought it might be best if we, instead of just going right into day three, if we take a bit and focus in hammering these concepts in a little more.
Yeah, especially because like there's not a ton of opportunity to get a variety amount of practice from just the website program. So just spending a little bit of extra time would probably be nice, just to get those reps in and
Yeah.
not just, default to the same sentences that the examples from the program has, right? Because we can come up with all kinds of different things to say and have a little bit more flexibility and freedom with this sort of an exercise.
That's the beauty
So
of
to
language.
quickly Yeah, so to quickly explain how this works, there are three, hopefully you can see my mouse down here.
Yeah, it's
There are
zoomed out.
three individuals. Let's see here. So like Raf can be student A, I'll be student B, and we can have some, ethereal
Amorphous sensei.
sensei, yeah, over here. Each thing is going to be color coded, so all of the red items are going to be Raf's, all of the yellow, or not yellow, green items will be mine, and then all the blue items are going to be associated with the sensei here. And we're just going to go back and forth, calling things out and asking whose item is this, like who belongs to, or what belongs to who, and then try and work as much in from day two, or a lot of the stuff that day two introduced. So here's to the right here is the examples provided from the program from day two, and below here are an alternative way of saying basically the same thing. So we have multiple ways of expressing the same ideas with some examples that anyone should be able to read
Okay.
and follow along with. And as we go along, I'm just going to write out what we're saying. Hopefully that'll help maybe like formulate or visualize it for folks, but I won't be saving them as we go along. I will be removing them when we move on to the next sentence and stuff. So if you want to screenshot it, be sure to pause and take note or whatever you need to do. But
All
yeah,
right.
that's how
On
this is
that
going to work.
note, Jimmy, I'm not confident that all of the vocab associated with like the nouns themselves in the circle have been introduced by the
They have
coursework
not.
itself. Would you
That is
mind
correct.
running through those just to make sure we address them
Okay.
outside of just
Yeah,
the circles?
I'll add a little text box down here as well for another reference. Let me just make that big. Okay, so let's see here. We have like bag or handbag will be kaban. We went over smaho or keitai.
Yeah,
We'll be
got
probably calling it
options.
keitai. Umbrellas are kasa, jeans,
Jeans.
jeans. Let's see, we got bicycle, how do you spell this word?
That's
Bicycle,
bicycle.
shop,
Does
jiten
Sha by
shop.
itself just refer to vehicles?
Yeah, I believe it's the same kanji for it.
Okay.
And I forgot what is under two. So we're gonna ignore that one. Um, we've got wristwatch, which is going to be ure to, is it ure doke? Yeah,
I feel
ure
like
doke.
I would have just said toke unless like specified. Is ude wrist?
Yeah, yeah. This is
Okay.
specifically wristwatch. I think, what, honestly, that's a good point. Usually where it's going to be introduced at this level is just going to be toke. Yeah, okay, I spelled that right. Toke. So we'll just stick with that.
Okay.
Um, newspaper, shinbun, um, t-shirts, funny enough, are
This is a
just,
lone one, right?
yeah, t-shirts. That T looks so, it looks like a
It
nail.
is very narrow. The TST of them all.
Wallet, Saifu, and then dictionary was introduced, notebook was introduced, shoes, kutsu,
Well, for
Um,
my own sake, well,
I think that's it.
dictionary is Jisho.
Yeah, dictionary's Jisho, textbook is Kyokasho.
Kyokasho. Okay.
I believe this will be number 8 here on the blue will be a Kyokasho.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I don't remember what this says. So this is going to be what we're working with. Hopefully everything else is available, like all the other words that it list from the day 2 vocab. So,
Hmm.
and if you ever need to look up a word, gshow.org is a great resource. You can just throw it in there. What is wallet? And it'll do a really good job of letting you know exactly what you need.
Very
So maybe I'm
good.
just gonna type that down here. gshow.org, everyone.
I remember at one point, I was like trying to find an app, right? And I know Jimmy is fond of G-Show, and I was like, Jimmy, which one of these is the version that you use? And he was like, G-Show just means dictionary. These are all just different dictionary. I thought it was like the name of the program, and I was like, huh. Well, I've learned
Well,
today.
yeah. The website indeed is gshow.org.
I
So
mean, we got our own dictionary.com, so checks
yeah.
out.
So let's see here. I'll leave it up to you which way that you want to respond with.
Hmm.
Would you like to say the first sentence, or I guess would you like to ask first, or would you like me to ask?
Um, you go ahead and ask just to like set the expectation. I feel like I tend to do better with that.
Okay, sure. So let's see here. Let's see if I can do this at the same time. Um, このこの財布は誰のですか？
All right.
はい、この財布は誰のですか？
This is the teachers too, right?
この財
Oh,
布. So we
Kono.
have
Okay,
the
okay. Yeah, the
この
distance.
here.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um, I am red. Student A is red. Watashi no saifu desu? Would that be acceptable?
You could say that, or you can even kind of like here. You can even
Mm,
just omit that. So you can just say 私のです.
watashi no desu. Okay.
はい。
Yeah, I feel like looking at that like bottom instructions. I feel like I didn't chime in on like it is the item that it can be omitted, just because there's so much going on
Hmm.
there.
Yeah, because we've already described it, right?
Yeah, I'm effectively just saying like it's mine.
Hmm. Yeah, because I guess in English it probably is a little bit less weird, but it's like, whose wallet is this? And then saying like, that's my wallet. Like,
Hmm.
sure, you could say that. There's no need to. You can just
Hmm.
say, it's mine.
It's mine.
It's mine.
Watashi no this.
はい。
Okay.
Okay. 次。
All right. My turn. あれの新聞は誰ですか？誰の新聞ですか？
あれか、あの、
No. Okay. Yeah,
はい。
I am looking at the diagram, so I'm like my default is to come in with the re. So I have to convince myself. Um, あの新聞は誰ですか? Do I need to do that no to be like whose is this, or otherwise am I
はい、
asking
そうで
like
す。
who is this?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
saying that newspaper over if it was just 誰で
Who
す
is this
か?
newspaper?
Yeah, it would be saying, who is that newspaper over there?
Okay. 誰の新聞ですか?
はい、誰のですか? Because you've already said the
Okay,
Shinbun
yeah.
up here. So we're just able to
Okay.
omit that, right?
Alright, I was not confident if I could admit that or not, but I suppose when in
Hmm.
doubt, I probably can.
Especially if you've already said it, right?
Yeah. If I
That's the
know
that's the big
on my
kicker.
tongue that that word came out.
はい。えーっと、あれは先生のです。はい。あれは先生のです。
あれは先生のです.
Yeah. This is I you I know we've been talking about like a lot of like omitting. There's not
Hmm.
a lot of issue with keeping it short. It's pretty natural, especially if you're like, mentally confirming like audio, if you're looking at it. But otherwise, you can very clearly just say sensei no desu.
Okay.
But yeah, all good.
All right. Do you want to fire one at me?
Hi. Let's see here. I'm gonna ask it a little bit differently, and I
Okay.
wish that it would stop. Let me insert a text
Yeah. Is like the
so
text
it
setting not
stops.
getting retained once the box is cleared?
Yeah, it keeps
Okay.
on removing it. Let's see here. Can I not just, does it draw? No.
I think OneNote by default, if you just click in an area, it effectively makes a text box. So maybe you could just Control Z like the last
Yeah,
character you deleted and start from there.
maybe. Well, maybe just hopefully it won't just do that.
All right.
So I'm gonna say it a little bit differently as well, and we can figure out how to respond from that point.
Okay.
Um, so let's see here. それは誰のカバンですか？それは誰のカバンですか？
And like translating this would be like, uh, that thing over there. Whose bag is that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's the difference between this and the format that we just used? I feel like my mind will like just consolidate these, so I'm like immediately not sure what we're doing differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this translating this is a little awkward in English, to be
Hmm.
fair. But we're basically saying the same thing. So it's like, hey, that thing,
Hmm.
whose bag is that?
Hmm.
Like who does this bag belong to,
Could
right?
you write like directly beneath it like the other format that we had been using?
Yeah,
Okay.
good point. So alternatively, it would be like そのカバンは誰のですか?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There's a difference there. Okay.
Yeah, and like I said, effectively they mean the same thing. It is
Hmm.
just a slightly alternative way of saying it.
Okay.
That is all. Yeah.
それ and it's sort of from like friends' perspective, right?
I
Okay.
from my perspective.
Uh, that's friend. That's Jimbo. Um, watashi no desu. Is that the
I
correct level of omission?
うん。はい、私のです。正解ですよ。
Hey.
よくできました。はい。OK、次。聞いて。
Okay.
I goofed.
この自転車は誰のですか？
誰のですか?
I feel I feel an inclination to like after I say no to like refer to the object. Is it okay to just like have like the possessive item itself implied?
Yeah, that's exactly what's
Okay,
happening
okay.
here. So similar to the examples in the top right corner here.
That's
That's
right.
exactly
Okay.
what you're
Yeah.
doing, right? Because you've already mentioned it.
Okay.
ラファエ、
It.
how would I spell? ラファエル。
I feel whenever the time in my life comes for this, I feel like I will just go by Rafu.
はい。ラフの
Rafu.
ですよ。
It's funny. There's a complete tangent, largely unrelated to anything. In the game Custom Robo on the GameCube, the main antagonist's name is Rahu, or at least that's how they like romanize it, right? And it is only recently
Oh,
I'm like, it would be the same, wouldn't it? I am
it
the
would be the same.
antagonist.
You are Rahu.
The foo
Dang.
foo kind of crossover.
Yeah, I can't believe our biggest enemies were our greatest
It
friends.
was me the whole time,
Who
bro.
would have thought?
I was the bad robot.
And here, I just want to point out, I think we brought this up about the usage of yo yesterday.
Oh yeah. With like
Um,
the, that's right. Yeah. Because if it was mine,
yeah,
it would make sense for me to throw in a yo, right? I'm like, it's mine,
yeah.
bro.
Or because like I'm saying you'll here because it's like I'm basically expressing like, hey, it's yours,
You know,
right?
it's
Like you should
your
know that
own.
kind of a thing. Yeah.
Yo.
Okay. 次は、let's see here. Um, doo-doo-doo. I'm trying to keep track of like which ones I've already said as well.
Mm-hmm.
But その傘は誰のですか?
Casa umbrella, right? Yes. Blue. Who's Tisha's blue? Uh,
はい。
Sensei no desu.
はい。先生のです。正解。
Ooh. Hit rhythm game starring Hatsune Miku, Project Sekai. Is that Project
Mm.
Perfection effectively?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Um, so because Seikai, so here's the
It's
difference.
like the world.
Sekai is that's world, right?
Mm-hmm.
But correct is Seikai.
Okay.
So it's got that vowel extension there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Sekai versus Seikai.
I always think in like Sekai, like the World Edition, first character looks like a giraffe to me. I've had it explained as being like a globe, like a stand for it, because like square things tend to be
Wait,
round.
what is this?
Like the first character of like Sekai, like the one referring to the world, right? There's kind of like a square
Hmm.
shape and another square shape like within it. If you can mouse over it.
Oh, for the
Yeah,
kanji.
that guy. Yeah, that kanji.
Uh-huh.
I like it's been explained like, oh, it probably represents like a stand for a globe because like squared off things are usually round like mouth, right? And
Okay.
that makes perfect sense, but I think it looks like a giraffe because it's got like little
I
antlers coming off.
the antlers. Yeah,
Yeah,
I see exactly what you mean. That's really
yeah,
funny.
yeah. My boy Jeffrey's the whole world
Okay.
to me.
Okay, 次聞い
Okay.
てください. Could you ask me one?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. その時計は誰のですか？
誰のですか? これは私のです。これは私のです.
Okay.
So
Easy
I feel like
breezy,
we've
bro.
gotten a little bit more comfortability,
Yeah.
or we've gotten some comfortable with that. So when we respond and answer on like this is so and so's, let's try and find another item
To do
and then
like
add
the
in
sequential
mo.
mole. Yeah.
Hi. So if you want to actually ask me one, I'll answer to give an example to start with.
Okay. Well, that was your watch, right? Have we done? Who owns the jeans up top? Actually.
I don't think I labeled that one
Okay.
since that was just like an example one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even realize. Exactly. I ignored the English. Okay. Because I was trying to do an ade. Um. もう新聞ですか?
First we can start it off like we have been, right? We're
Okay.
just like asking because we're asking about like one singular item, right?
Right. So, ano shinbun mo?
Shinbun.
This is the first in the chain you're saying.
Hi. Hi.
Okay. My bad. I thought I was following from the last one.
I see.
Okay. Um, I guess. Yeah, I guess this would be normal then.
Hmm. And you can
Dare
still go
no
with
desu
that
ka?
that first sentence. Hi. Okay, okay. 新聞は誰のですか？先生のです。自転車も先生、先生のです。So here's where it would be appropriate to use the mo instead of wa here,
Okay.
because it's already we're I'm saying like this is also like that bike is also sensei's. So it's like
Okay. And
um
my response, would I still be like sensei know this, or would I also put mo there?
so the mo here is replacing the beginning wa,
Okay.
right?
The like topic
So
indicator.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like that newspaper over there, whose is it? That's Sensei's, and that bike over there is also Sensei's.
Okay. Oh, because you're
Uh,
declaring to me. Okay.
yes,
All right. You are not
exactly.
asking. There's no ka there. Okay.
Yeah,
Like in my mind, I
and
was like still in the rhythm. Like I need to say something to this, but you are saying something.
if you want, you can also you know after we reply of the initial answer, you can also just ask if something else is also Sensei's. So like this can be um, if we were to like extend the conversation, I'd be like, "Hi, sensei no desu," and you'd be like, jitensha mo sensei no desu ka?" And I can be like, "Hi," or "Iie."
Okay.
See what I mean?
Yeah. If I wanted to, and this might be getting ahead of myself, so feel free to veto me.
Hmm.
If I just wanted to be like broadly, like, if is there anything else here, senseis? Could I say like mono instead of jitensha? Like, could I be like any of this stuff, senseis?
Um, yeah, that would be a little bit more complicated.
Okay.
Um, I mean, let me just think how I'd want to say that. Um, Yeah, because we'd be moving into like using a different verb of arimas because you would want
Okay.
to ask is there anything else that belongs to sensei?
Okay. You're not just saying like this is the. It's a whole other conversation. That makes
Hmm.
sense. Okay. And yeah, I
And we could
had that
definitely
thought.
revisit that when they introduce aru and iru.
Okay.
But I'll put a pin on that. Yeah.
Okay. We will. Clementine will remember this.
Yeah. Okay, so I can ask, let's see here. Umこのこの靴は誰のですか？
Shoes. Yeah, they're in your circle. Okay. Um. Watashi no this. And if I wanted to be like that wallet is also mine, right? Is that what we're
Mm-hmm.
following up? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, kono saifu mo watashi no this.
はい、正
Okay.
解です。
I was not sure if I could also omit the watashi there, but I would still need to say I, right, or mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yep.
All right. I feel
And
it's
then,
clicking today. I wonder if I just like hit like
yeah.
fatigue yesterday. or if just like the
Maybe.
structure of information is better laid out for me today.
Hmm. Maybe we can ask in the other way where it's like we ask if something else is also that person's.
Okay.
So yeah, when you ask or after I respond the first time, feel free to ask if something else belongs to that same person.
Okay. Am I initiating?
はい。
Okay. Um, the book behind you, is that the dictionary or the textbook?
We're gonna go with textbook.
Okay. Shoot. What's the what's the word? I picked it distinctly because it wasn't one of the ones on the list, and I was like, "Oh man, what am I doing to myself?" It
Ooh, that's so small.
showed up yesterday. Um, Kakusho?
I don't think I spelled that right. There we go. 教科書。
Kyokasho. Okay. Kyokasho. この教科書は誰のですか？
この教科書ですか？
すみません。
その教科書、誰の
誰のですか？
ですか？はい、私のです。
Now, uh, その時計も誰のですか？
Here, because you're saying, is this also yours?
Mhm.
You can say
Just
instead of
ですか？
like dare, you can say like because we still need to define the possessive here,
Okay.
right? So it's just instead of saying who, it would be like sensei or watashi no
Oh, okay,
or
okay.
jimi no.
ジミ
Hi.
の、ジミのですか？
Hi. そうですよ。
Oh, we put that yo right in there. Yeah, that's
Um,
mine,
y
Buster.
yeah, yo can also be used for like affirmation. So like ne
Mhm.
and this will probably be brought up later in the program, but ne and yo can be used similarly here. Yo is definitely still stronger. So if you want to err on the
Mhm.
side of caution, you can say ne, but I feel pretty comfortable with Raf. I feel pretty comfortable saying yo here. That's
Okay.
all.
I internalized nah as like a isn't that right? Or would yo be like a that's right? Well, I guess
With
maybe not
me
then because
saying
of
ne, it would be
okay,
more affirmatory.
okay.
Because like you're almost like testing your knowledge by saying, "Is this also yours?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Mhm.
that's right." So that's ne.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's right. All right. All right. That, that tracks for me.
OK。と、ねえ。あ、実はそのものは私のじゃないです。先生のもの。I messed up. Because those are all sensei's belongings and not mine. I'm green.
Oh, well.
Oops. Anyway, let's see here.
I just rolled with it.
Okay,
I
I got
didn't.
one.
You were so confident too. You put that yo right in there.
I can't
I was
read, I can't
thrilled.
see. Okay. この、
Oh no, we
oh,
small.
oops. この財布は誰のですか？この財布は誰のですか？
All right. Uh, その私のです。
If you wanted to like reaffirm that you're referring to the right thing, you could be like それは
Okay.
because sono would kind of want something to go
Yeah,
along with
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Otherwise, you can just omit saying the whole thing.
Okay, like
But yeah, you
it
could
would
say
like watashi no
それは
this would be better instead of like even identifying a distance prefix, if
Well,
you
I'm
will.
just saying, like, if you're going to use like kono or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sono or ano in the beginning there, yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
would be better to omit it. But
それは
yeah,
okay. それは
but you can say that
私のです。
alternatively. Ah, あの、あの財布もラフのですか？
It is, right? Yeah. Uh, はい、私のです。I mean, ですよ? Would I dare?
Um, yeah, and then so if you also want to think about this one a little bit differently, this is
Mhm.
kind of like a yes or no question, right?
Yeah,
And you
like,
can
is
be
this also
like,
yours? And
"Hi,"
you're like, yeah.
yeah, you can be like, "Hi." So alternatively, "Hi, so desu yo." I already typed that out. "Hi, so desu yo."
Yep, that's
Or
right.
"Yeah, so jari masen." If it was no, but
Hmm.
that's because it's like acting like a yes or no question. That's all.
Can you use like jarimasen like in and of itself to be like it is not? Would that be a good way to think of it?
Um, let me probably not.
Hmm.
Actually, that's a good question. I'm not sure off the top of my head because I feel like I've always tied it to some part of the noun.
Yeah, because I was thinking like in janai. I in my mind there's always like a still a connection there, right? So I was like,
Hmm.
what would the standalone equivalent of that be if this one does not need it? You know?
Yeah, because it's kind of like if up here we'd be like, それは, actually that wouldn't be a good equivalent. It's gonna be like, それはです. That definitely wouldn't work. Um, and yeah, you probably would want something because you also wouldn't. I know you wouldn't say はいです,
Right.
right? You
Yup,
definitely
is.
you wouldn't be saying that. Yeah, so you want something to come right before that.
Mhm.
So going, yeah. Hopefully that answers it. I
Okay.
believe I have come to the answer to that
All
question.
right, all right. I am satisfied.
Okay. Feel free to ask.
Okay. All right. What are we cooking here? You're a green lad. あのカバンは誰のですか？
私のです。
そうだね. Do you have? Oh shoot! You don't actually have anything else in the teacher sphere. Um. Well, I guess I could still ask like something from a different location and still use more, right? It
うん。
wouldn't immediately need to be adjacent to the last
そう
item.
ですね。
Okay.
はい。
Um. What else we got? The paper, I guess. この新聞は誰のですか？
まずは、この新聞は
えー、
どこですか？
すみません.
はい。新聞は、
I was like looking at it from your perspective, so
新聞も。
I tricked myself.
この新聞も, and what was the rest of the sentence?
誰ですか?
We were saying 誰のですか? We're asking whose is
Who's the?
this
Oh,
also?
that's right. That's right.
So,
What's the way I want to be like? Is this yours? Or Jimmy no desu ka?
君のですか？はい、正解。
Mm-hmm.
はい、
Okay.
そうですね。私のです。だったら、私のです。Okay. And we can do this a couple more times, and I
Okay.
think we'll have enough reps for this.
I think so.
えーっ
This
と、
like final variant of this isn't 100%. My boss likes to use the word smoothless when things go well, which is funny to me because you would think something that is without smooth would be rough, right? But
yeah,
it's still
wait, that
smooth.
seems backwards.
It's funny to me, which makes us use it often. We're like, oh yeah, that launch went smoothless.
I don't like that.
It's not
I
cool.
gotta say, that confuses me.
It is confusing by design, but it remains in the lexicon for this niche group of staff, I guess.
I guess if it works, it works. Okay. そのカバンは誰のですか？
Uh, Watashi no desu.
じゃあ、えじゃあ、えーっwhat is it for? あ、OK。あの、あのカバンもラフのですか？
I want to be like, yeah, that too. Watashi mo desu? Would that be enough?
えーあのカバンもラフのですか？
Eh? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong bag.
はい。
Okay. Yeah. Sensei no kaban desu.
で、no. So yeah, um, another way, because you could say like, そうじゃありません. Say
Mm-hmm.
like that is like no, it is not so,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can correct and say,
And then it's a sensei no kaban.
君、先生のカバンじゃない。
Eh?
ですが、はい、緑。
Me oh,
あのカバン
okay, yeah, yeah.
は緑
Man,
です
all right,
よ。
yeah. Okay, okay, yeah, it's Jimmy's, it's Jimmy's. It's just in the teacher circle. Which does not imply possession.
そうですね。So yeah, you can follow. It just depends on how you want to say it. Again, like I said, there's
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of freedom. There's not necessarily like if you're having an actual conversation, it's not like you have to omit this first part or this and just go with ie, jimi no des,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, Alternatively, you don't have to correct me. Since I'm asking whose this is, and since
You
it
might
seems I
have an
don't know,
interest in
I might
it.
want to know. Yeah, so you might want to let me know, but
Mm-hmm.
um, alternatively, you can just omit that and just go with that.
Mm-hmm. It's
But
funny. I
yeah,
have
for
these
you,
these like
oh, go ahead.
Japanese from zero textbooks. Sorry. And like they'll have like questions in there, and they'll want a response to be written in their physical textbook, so handwritten. And I'll find myself like questioning like how lazy do I want to be with my answer because my hand hurts. I don't want to write that much.
Yeah. One thing that I'd want to point out with the usage of mole here is that like it needs to be like properly in like affirmation. And what I mean by that is well, that was not the best way of describing that.
Proper
But what I mean is
affirmation.
that you wouldn't alternatively be able to say, so following this follow-up question, じゃあ、あ
Mm-hmm.
のカバンもラフのですか? You wouldn't be able to say, いえ、それも、um, like, 私の jarimasen.
Like
This
this
mole
isn't
needs to
also mine.
be right. Exactly. That is what it would be interpreted as.
Okay.
So you would not use mole here. This would be incorrect.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like even in the English equivalent, like maybe you would be right to say that in some circumstance, but you wouldn't because it's deliberately confusing.
Yeah, because it like we've confirmed that something is yours,
Hmm.
and that's why the mole to follow up would not be appropriate. But in the next example, um uh let's see here. This next example, I'll be able to illustrate when you can use it in a negative context. So
Okay.
I'll ask, let's see here. Um, let's see. Do. あの新聞は、えーラフの、ラフのですか？
Yeah. Would I? Oh, would I be like? Would I want to be like? That's Sensei's paper. Would that there's no
Sure.
issues with that. Okay. Sensei no shimbun desu.
次の新聞です。And then I'll put this.
Okay. Yeah. So okay. I guess that's what I was asking before. Like, do I?
Yeah.
I guess can I and should I are different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you also wouldn't be able to use mole here because I wanted to be like, じゃあ、let's see here. この財布も先生のじゃありませんか? This would not work. I think you do need to use mole in a positive context.
Okay.
Now that I'm saying it aloud.
Like even if they were both negative sentences, like it would like more isn't of itself like a positive thing to say.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't believe you would use that here.
Okay.
So yeah, just an affirmation. Oops. Just an affirmations case. And I can I'll pin it in the comments if I need to correct myself again.
Okay. It's
I'll put
fun.
it down in the comments. I'll
Someone
have to look at it
commented
later.
on like yesterday's recording to be like, "Oh, hey, like fix the drive," and I was like confused because I was like, "Well, the drive works for me," so I'm like, "It's probably an access thing, so I'll need to figure it out." But I was pleased to see that a stranger was already like, I'm using this and
I'm in
engaging."
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can do a couple more
Okay.
using the mole business.
More
you wanna
business,
ask.
more money, baby.
Mole business.
All right.
はい、ラフどうぞお
Okay.
願いします。
このジーンズは誰のですか? I was like, I wouldn't open with the mole, right?
はい、はい、
Okay.
そうですね。実は、truth is、それは
Huh?
ラフの、
え?
ラフのですよ。それはラフのですよ。
Oh. このカバンも私のですか?
カバンですか? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that is what I said.
Oh, I just forgot.
Okay. I thought I said something wrong.
すみ
I
ませ
mean,
ん。
I still might have. Who knows?
はい。はい、はい、はい、はい、はい、はい、はい、はい、はい。はい。そうですね。I'm gonna be kind since you probably just woke up from a coma if you're
Dang,
asking
these
that.
are my pants.
You might be saying that after a night out. Who knows?
You sure? In my mind, it's like they're on a bag that I assume is not mine. So for them both to be mine is taking me aback.
Like, are those really mine? I would wear those.
After some successful weight loss, being like, bro, those were my pants.
I can't believe it, how far I've come. Okay, okay, 最後は、let's see here. えーっあこの教科書は誰のですか？
その wait, yeah, yeah, that's right, that's right. その教科書は、その先生のです。
もう一度お願いしま
Okay,
す。Could you
okay.
say it again?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm trying to admit textbook and go through the right steps. Um, what I nah, maybe I just do it by the book. この教科書は先生です。
こ
Why is this?
のですか？
その教科書は先生です。
先生、
先生のです。
はい、先生のです。If you wanted to like have a subject here, I want to put this in parentheses, and you could have alternatively just say, "Oops, go back." それ、それは
Okay.
先生の
This
で
was
す。
I was considering doing this step and then got lost in the possibilities.
はい。
それ
それは
は先生のです。
先生のです。はい。
Okay.
あ、そうですか？そうですか？じゃあ、えーその、そのカスも、せ、先生、oh, this is getting longer. 先生のですか？
はい。先生のです。On this like final step, is there an opportunity to use mo as well?
If you wanted to say, yeah, you can be like, はい、それも
Soremo. Okay, okay.
先生のです。
Okay.
Hmm. And then make this a little bit smaller. Once again, alternatively, since it's like a yes or no question,
Mm-hmm.
you can also just be like, はい、そうですね.
Yup, that it
In
is.
in response to my questions, like,
Mm-hmm.
その傘も先生のですか？はい、そうですね.
Okay.
Like, yes, that is the case. That
Yeah,
is
that's
right.
right, bro.
Yeah. Do you feel you want to go through a couple more, or what are you
I
feeling?
think I'm feeling good. I think I'm feeling good, especially because
Okay.
like we got a little bit of a later start today.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All good. One last thing I just want to quickly mention
Mm-hmm.
is that this will once the peeps start reading a lot more, if you find more reading material, when des is used, or like more formal speech, more fuller. I'm not gonna explain too much, but
Mm-hmm.
for now, at least with des and ka, if you're reading material, you're not going to actually see question marks. I put this
Yeah,
here
yeah.
just to make it clear that these are questions, but especially with like des or like the full forms of verbs, if the ka is there, it is turned into a question, even if there's a period after that. So if you're out there reading stuff in the wild and you're trying to figure out if it's a question or not, that ka will be the thing to notate
Will
whether it's a question or not.
would any
Not
complete
not
thought
the no,
have like the period equivalent?
yeah, the
Okay.
same period will be used. So like this would just go all over here. I'm just saying that The
Yeah.
punctuation will not notate whether it is a question or
Okay.
not.
Right.
The
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 question mark
cause the
is
thing.
audible. Okay.
This isn't to say you won't see question mark punctuation. It's just not in this form. Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
All
Very
right. Well,
good.
that's
Thank you
that's
for the note, Jimmy.
all I have. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for listening, fellas, and you have a great one.